What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prizepicks Wnba player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys two picks that you win some money over here on Prizepicks in the WNBA tonight for free. If you have not checked out Prizepicks, would highly recommend you check them out. It is a player props website and app where you can win money off of picking the over and under on things like players' points, rebounds, and assists, points combos, assists combos, rebounds, points, rebounds, assists, fantasy score, three-pointers attempted, etc. Go ahead and use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit up to $100 today. Again, that is code KJK DFS. Go ahead and lock that in, get that from the offer, and start winning some money over here on Prizepicks with these picks today, guys. And if you are getting very serious, really looking to step up your game, what you're going to want to do is click that link down below in the description and join one of my premium content packages. The best one that I do offer is the VIP member package. That's going to give you access to all my picks for all sports and all apps that I do cover. We have the WNBA going on right now. We have the MLB going on. Prizepicks Underdog, Sleeper, Parlay, Play, Thrive, Fantasy. Check that out if you're interested. And if you enjoy this content, if you feel like this is providing you with value, all I ask that you do is you hit that like button, subscribe. It's free. It takes 2 seconds to do, and it does greatly help me out. So let's talk about it. We'll go game by game, as we always do. Like I said, this is a beautiful slate today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So we'll talk about two picks that I do like, and they're going to be from a singular game in this video today. It's going to be the early game here between the Seattle Storm and the New York Liberty, because this game does have a pretty hefty spread in favor of the New York Liberty, as it should. This is a pretty massive mismatch. It's a 15-point spread in favor of the New York Liberty, 170.5 over-under. Does lead the slate as far as over-under is concerned, but with a 15-point spread, I'm a little concerned here about a blowout and a little concerned about the matchup. Specifically for Ezi Magbagor, who has to take on the New York Liberty, who ranked number 1 against her position in the entire WNBA. I'll go ahead and break down the matchup here as far as defensive efficiency is concerned in this matchup for the New York Liberty. They are the 4th best team in defensive efficiency in the entire WNBA with a 77.49 defensive efficiency metric, and they are not allowing a lot of fantasy points to opposing bigs, like I said, so against Ezi Magbagor, which makes a ton of sense because when you break down the roster, they have Jonquel Jones and Brianna Stewart down low, 2 of the most premier defenders in the entire WNBA. So Ezi Magbagor is going to be in for a bit of a tough matchup here, and not to mention we do have the addition of Gabby Williams coming back on the Seattle Storm. The usage was really a lot more favorable towards Ezi early on the season. They were without Gabby Williams. We've seen the Seattle Storm kind of mix up the rotation a little bit. It's been a little bit of an even usage outside of the number 1 player in Drew Lloyd, who continues to lead the team in usage by a wide margin. But Ezi Magbagor just talked about it. New York Liberty, one of the best defensive teams in the league, and they are the best defensive team in the league against the big forward position that Ezi Magbagor plays. So I do expect her to have a little bit of some difficulties here tonight. Kind of talked about it. Not to mention, I do think there is some blowout risk, like I said, with that massive 15-point spread. This game's just a mismatch, and I don't expect Ezi to have much success in this particular matchup. 30 fantasy score. She's gone under in this in 4 of the last 5. If there was ever going to be a matchup for her to go over, do not think this would be the one. Talked about it. New York Liberty, really tough. Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones down low. Best of luck to Ezi, but I don't think she's going to be able to clear this prop here today. So, pick number 1, we're going with the under 30.0 fantasy score here for Ezi Magbagor. Talked about it. Big spread. New York favored in a major way. New York fantastic at defending opposing bigs. Kind of looking at the Jonquel Jones, Brianna Stewart defense. These are all really bad things for Ezi. I don't think she's going to have the greatest game here tonight. I think this line is just a little too inflated for my liking. It should be down a little bit, into the 20s. So that'll be pick number 1, going with the under 30.0 fantasy score for Ezi Magbagor. And then pick number 2, we're going to stick right in this game, like I said. Seattle's not too good on the defensive end, and this one's one of those where it's a little bit tougher to describe, I guess you could say. But Brianna Stewart, once again, we're looking at a team that's expected to win this game pretty easily, and the usage has been dispersed all over the place. So Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu, you got Lainey, Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. Brianna Stewart last year was on a team in the Seattle Storm, which they really relied on her a lot more. Her fantasy score prop continues to be pretty inflated. And while she is more than capable of hitting it against the Seattle Storm team, talked about it, how I think it could possibly turn into a blowout. Seattle is 11th in defensive efficiency. As far as the pace is concerned in this game as well, when we're looking at that, Seattle right in the middle of the pack alongside the New York Liberty, 4th and 5th in the entire WNBA. So just expecting it to be kind of an average pace game, expecting the New York Liberty to win very easily. And with that being said, I think that Brianna Stewart's fantasy score continues to be inflated a little bit as well. Obviously, it's one of the best matchups you could ask for, taking on a Seattle Storm team, so I'm not going to deny that fact. However, Brianna Stewart really hasn't been hitting her fantasy score prop, and I don't think this is a game in particular where they're really going to need to put the entire game on her shoulders. So once again, I'm expecting her to kind of stay under. One of those props you could be watching the first half and she's putting up good numbers and you're going, what's going on? But then if it's the second half, they're up by 20 points, they're going to kind of slow it down. Once again, I think it's kind of you could see she put up 39 and 39 2 games in a row against Washington and Dallas, just was not quite able to get there. That's kind of what I would expect in this one as well. You know, if the game does stay semi-close and she's in for the third quarter, whatever the case may be, maybe she's going to get up there right around, that 39. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a sweat. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't think they're going to be too reliant on her. They're probably going to be playing pretty evenly here as far as usage is concerned, as they have been. And like I said, there's just too many mouths to feed on this team right now. And I think Brianna Stewart's fantasy score continues to be too inflated for that. I think we're going to see her, be up, right around like the upper 30s before we know it on the fantasy score department on Prizepicks. And it's not due to lack of talent, not due to lack of any of that kind of concern. Really all it is just a usage thing. A completely different team build than last year in the Seattle Storm. She's really not being relied on as heavily. So once again, she's had a few games here where she's put up, 38, 39 fantasy score. That's great. And that's kind of where I see her continuing to go if the game stays close. I just don't think she clears the 40 plus. She's capable. Let's hope this isn't a ceiling game for her and they just decide to feed her all the usage. While that's certainly possible, I do think there's more edge in the under here. So kind of explained it. The usage is a little bit too dispersed. Also, I do think there's a possibility of this game turning into a blowout and Brianna Stewart not really being needed in that second half to finish things off. So I think there's kind of multiple ways that she can get you there. For pick number 2, we're going with the under 41.5 fantasy score here for Brianna Stewart. And that will be my 2 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the WNBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does really help me out, and I'll be helping you guys out with these videos for free all WNBA season long. We got 2 unders in that early game. Talked about it. Big spread, 15-point spread in favor of the New York Liberty. The New York Liberty, one of the best defensive teams. Seattle Storm, not so good. Don't expect it to stay close. And also the usage being dispersed on both these teams. Talked about the New York Liberty, Brianna Stewart, not being as much of a focal part. Also, Ezzie Magagor with the Seattle Storm adding a few new pieces. Hasn't been as much of a focal part of the offense in the usage category as of late. So, wishing you guys all the best of luck on your Prizepicks WNBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.